Alright, I've finished up the Indiana Jones franchise. So, time to talk about my top 10 Indiana Jones franchise moments. These are my favorite moments of the franchise. Coming in at number 10 is the cart chase from Dial of Destiny. It's a really good vehicle chase. I really like it. I guess I kind of just put it on here just to have Dial of Destiny on here. So, but I do think so. I mean, like, there's an aspect of like there could have been a different scene on here from a different movie, from a better movie, but to have all 5 movies on the list, it's fine. It's decent. I do like it. So, um, so I mean, like, there's a guy on the roof on the car. The cart crashes into stuff. So I like it. It's pretty good. Number 9 is the bar fight from Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's there's a lot of shooting. It's actually really bloody. I like it when Indiana Jones asks for whiskey and then he smashes the bottle on one of the person's head. So it's a good action sequence. I really like it. So it stands out in the franchise, and it really stands out in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I like it. Number 8 is the car chase from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Indiana Jones gets into a truck and he chases after Belloc, and he drives cars off the road. People crash. So it's a really good car chase. It has really good action, good fist fights, and it also has that really cool stunt of Indiana Jones under the truck. He falls in front of the truck, he goes under the truck, and then he uses his whip to. He's dragged across the road, and then he uses his whip to pull back up to the truck. That's a really cool stunt. So that's a cool stunt. It's really good action, so I really like it. Number 7 is Indy's Origins from The Last Crusade. This is easily the best moment of that movie. It's a little origin for Indiana Jones. It shows how he got his fear of snakes. It shows how he got his whip, how he got his scar on his chin. So he's being chased on a train by the villains in the intro. And it's just a lot of fun to watch, and it's really fun to see the origins of Indiana Jones. So I really like it. That's the standout moment of The Last Crusade. Number 6 is the booby trap room from Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and Short Round get stuck in a room. The spikes start to come down, and then Willie has to save them. She has to try and pull the lever. So it's very tense. It's not a fight in the franchise, so it kind of stands out. So this is one of the best booby trap room moments in the entire franchise. So I really like it. There's clearly one more that's better that will be higher on this list from a different movie, but as a booby trap room, I really like this one. So moving on, number 5 is the jungle car chase in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So Indiana Jones is driving a car. He's with Marion and Mutt, and they're after the villains. And so there's sword fighting, which you really don't see that a lot in the franchise. So I like it that there's a little sword fight. They're on top of the cars. They kind of have to balance it out of like keeping up the speed to keep fighting. And there's really good shooting, and a huge blade comes flying at the car that Indiana Jones is driving. Or it's Marion. I don't remember who was driving it, but a big saw blade comes at their truck and just ruins it. So it's action packed. So I really enjoy it. I really like that scene. Number 4 is the Kali sacrifice from Temple of Doom. This is easily the scariest moment of the franchise, so I really like it. This is when, this is the scene that really just starts Temple of Doom's action. You get into it. It's legitimately scary, scariest moment in the franchise, I would say. And Molaram pulls out a guy's heart, and then he's dropped into fire and he's burnt. That is very scary. It shows how scary and intense Molaram and the villains are, so it really stands out. So I really like that scene. Number 3 is the minecart chase from Temple of Doom. Easily the best moment of that movie. There's really good shooting. One of the carts get flipped off the tracks. And then also there's 2 different tracks. That's a crappy design for a mine and for the mine carts, logistically, but for an action sequence, that's actually really cool. So the villains grab Short Round, and then they're trying to take him. Indiana Jones has to save him, pull him back. Yeah, and then water is released into the tunnel, so that keeps it really tense. So I really like that scene. I love that scene. So that is one of the best action sequences in this franchise. It's a really tense and a cool scene in the franchise and in Temple of Doom. Number 2 is the intro to Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is also debatably the best booby trap room scene in the franchise with Temple of Doom. But you're introduced. This is like the introduction to Indiana Jones. He's with a group of people. People get scared of stuff. He goes into the temple. You have the great scene where he has the bag of sand, and then he has to grab the idol, put it on there. That's pretty tense, and then it shows that it doesn't work. And then he has to escape the temple, and then the boulder comes to try and crush Indiana Jones. Also, before that, he uses his whip to go swing across a pit in the temple. It is just awesome. It really starts off the movie so well. It's got to be one of the best intros to a movie ever, and it's just so awesome. So I love the intro to Raiders of the Lost Ark. But my number 1 favorite moment of the Indiana Jones franchise has got to be opening the Ark at the end of the movie, killing Belloq, Toht, and Diedrich. Diedrich. Yeah. This would arguably be one of the scariest moments in the franchise, but I still think the sacrifice is, because that's an innocent person. This is killing the villain, so there's kind of some enjoyment there. So they open up the Ark, spirits and whatnot come out, and melt one of the guys' heads, or blows up one of the guys' heads, melts one of the guys' face, and burns one of the guys. It's very satisfying to see the villains die in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's a great way to end the movie. So, opening the Ark and killing Belloq, Toht, and Diedrich, it comes out as my number 1 favorite Indiana Jones franchise moment. Thanks for watching.